Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. So here's the other question we've been talking about that Andrew Weissman tweeted about. What is Rudy hiding in Discovery that is obviously so bad that that would allow this to happen?
Yeah, and it's not just Rudy, right? There's a footnote in that decision from Beryl Howell in that 57-page decision where Bernard Kerik, Catherine Freese in Georgia, and Jenna Ellis have all flaunted, or not flaunted, what is that word when you try to make an end run around something? They've just been jerks about it and ignored the discovery process. So this is seemingly a concerted effort on the part of these co-conspirators to keep this. It's evidence that they knew that they were full of BS,
right?
Is what it is. It's documentary evidence that there was no voter fraud and that they were breaking the law. That's what it is. They all have it, and they are doing pulling all the tricks in the book to try to prevent it from going over, including being, found liable in this huge defamation suit that's going to carry some hefty damages with it.
Here we go. Kemp says a special session to remove DA Willis from election investigation will not happen. So talk to us about that, first of all.
Yeah, I know that there was some speculation about that, a lot of concern, people kind of stirring up the fear pot a little bit, particularly on legacy media. But, that's why we listen to shows like Steph Miller or people like Terry Canfield or maybe me,
yes,
who say, look, there's a lot of different ways that this has to go about. Even if it did happen, this wouldn't happen, and it's not going to happen. Do you think Brian Kemp is in a really good working relationship with Donald Trump these days? It's simply not going to happen. And here we have the evidence of that. Being reasonable doesn't get as many clicks and eyes, but it usually puts you on the right side of the equation.
Well, and all this we're going to shut the government down. We're going to defund the DOJ. We're going to... No, everybody has to keep saying no. You are not, as because of the Speedy Trial Act, like Joyce Vance and others say, you cannot, the Justice Department, these trials are not going to stop, right? I mean, this is what I think, well, you saw it. We just had Elie Mystal on, and he envisions a future where you yell shame, shame, shame at him as he has to admit that he was wrong. to Judge Chutkan, whose courtroom you were in this week.
Yes, that was a really fascinating little bit of history to take part in, sitting just 15 feet away from Jack Smith. By the way, we made eye contact.
Ooh.
He gave me a little, for a while, and then he gave me a little sup.
I bet he listens to your show.
This is a jingle and a sup from Jack Smith.
Yeah.
Actually, probably it's not that he listens to my show. It's probably that his 6 security guards were like, that's the crazy lady who does a podcast only about you. So watch out for her specifically.
Your name's in the podcast.
She got Bob Mueller tattooed on her body. So just be careful.
But it is interesting because we just talk about like Ellie and I are, Veruca Salt, and then I have you on and you calm me down. But it is really like people are saying, they're like, wow, black ladies are holding Trump to account in a way we've never seen before between Fani Willis and Judge Chutkan. I mean, I thought of you with Fani Willis in particular because we were all like, why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long? It's on tape. It's on tape. And then you think, oh, well, that's why, because she's ready to roll. She's just not ready to indict. She's ready to try all these mother right now, right?
Yeah. And let's not leave New York Attorney General Tish James out of this. He's got a busy dance card, and I'm here for it. I love it. And I love Elie Mystal. I want everybody to know that he and I are good friends. And
he loves you too.
He has taught me so much over these years, particularly with his book, Black Guy's Guide to the Constitution, Allow Me to Retort, which is one of the coolest book names ever.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put that out there, and because when we had that little Twitter back and forth, there were people like attacking him or attacking me, and I'm like, y'all, we're winning.
Right.
Take the W.
Right. No, and he's like, he couldn't be happier to be wrong about, and I think he's still saying, I get what he's saying, that Trump wouldn't be in jail before, because of appeals, but, that he didn't honestly think we'd even get to this point where he would be tried. So, you mentioned Tish James, just to talk about that, because that also does feel justice-y. Because this all his old tricks, as I've been saying, Allison, are not working anymore. A New York State Supreme Court judge yesterday ruled banks and insurance companies can't conceal documents in connection with a lawsuit that alleges the Trump organization inflated assets. So all the tricks he's used to hide behind all these years. So he fraudulently inflated his net worth between $812 million to $2.2 billion each year since 2011. The New York Attorney General said in an unsealed court filing. It is so interesting, Elson. There's so much going on that you feel like you literally have to say, which criming are you talking about? Mm-hmm. But this is also, you're right, a big deal. What's happening with Tish James, right?
Yeah, a $250 million fraud suit. She's asking for partial summary judgment. And we sort of got that in the Ruby Freeman Shea Moss thing with Rudy Giuliani, right?
Yeah.
Where the judge was like, you suck so bad at this, Rudy, that I'm finding in favor of the two. We're still going to trial, but the only reason is to figure out how much money you owe them. So
yeah.
It's coming down to just bad lawyering and bad criming coming up, and the chickens are all coming home to roost, as they say. And I'm here for it. And
yeah.
I'm glad that we're both here for it because we've been waiting for a very long time.
I'll say. No, it is. You say it really well, Allison, that it's like, bad criming meets bad lawyering. I mean, yeah. I keep saying, why do all these people keep going on TV and podcasts and making it worse for themselves? Like this guy, he doubled down. He said to keep it frank and simple, Fulton County fumbled the cover up, and I'm aware of what transpired. And they're trying to put pressure on me and others to make sure the truth doesn't come out. And the truth has a way of finding its way to the surface. So I'm going to be look forward to being down there and fighting the devil in Georgia, referring to Fani Willis. I mean, these people. John Eastman just went on TV, just
yes,
chatty.
I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah, go ahead.
He basically said, yeah, I totally tried to delay the electoral count.
Right.
Like we knew, but thanks for the extra evidence.
Right. I mean, there's, what's his crankpot? Navarro, Peter Navarro, losing a battle with cardboard yesterday, but still out there talking his, right? I did love that he just was not able to.
Weird. I was in the courtroom where he was. He wouldn't sit in the witness stand. He wanted to stand up, and he would walk around, and then the lawyer would be like, "Can you see this? This display of evidence I put up on the screen?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Great, read from it." And he's like, "Well, it's too far away to read." And he would just do this weird, and then he would walk up to it and then walk away and have his pen in his mouth and walk up to it and then read part of it, but be like, it says, no. And then he'd walk away again. He's just this weird dude who doesn't give a straight answer because he's guilty AF and he knows it.
Yeah. The first time I saw him on Ari Melber, my jaw dropped. I'm like, oh my God, what is this guy? Is like this football coach on crack talking about what do they call it? The Green Bay sweep. And then, Ari, I'm like, oh my God, did he just admit all these crimes on live television? I'm like, yes, he did.
Ari said it too. Ari was like, that's a coup, bro.
Right. I'm trying to help you here. Right. Yeah, I love that they go on MSNBC for free legal advice. I remember, what's his name? The sweet Maya Wiley was like,
Sam Nunberg.
She's like, I don't think you want to do that. I think you want to go home with your family for Thanksgiving, don't you? I don't think you want to defy the subpoena.
You don't want to not show up for your subpoena. You really probably want to do that. And now we have Navarro. It's funny you bring that up because the reason that he's in court is because he failed to show up for a subpoena, and now that he's there, and Nunberg could have been there.
Yeah.
So Maya Wiley giving out the free legal advice. And by the word is flouts, not flaunts.
Thank you.
Shout out to Tom Pryor for pointing that out.